crack a brew. And smoke a few. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, B-Rad G, and today is another fine episode of Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. We are on episode 4, bitches. Got my coffee right here. I just smoked outside. I'm feeling hella good right now. The strain that I smoked was called Blue Dream, and I give that strain probably 5 stars out of 5 stars. I ain't gonna lie, it makes me feel good. Last night I was in the bed watching some YouTube music and then getting expired. It was on a whole nother level. I was watching like this BET Scyther with Eminem and Royce the 5'9", and man, that was crazy. And then I saw this one video by NF, and it was his new song that came out. I think he just dropped an album. It's called Pay My Dues or something, and dang, that was on another level. Like, the music video is crazy. You should definitely go check that out. Yeah, man. Let me tell you about my week. My week was going really good. I got everything done on my my to-do list that I was going to do this week. And the only thing that really didn't happen is I was supposed to record this podcast yesterday, but I got home kind of late. I had to help my dog. My dog, you know, he's got some problems. So I got to give him his medicine and stuff and taking care of him. And then he had nothing to really lay down on, so I had to go wash his sheets. And yeah, man, he kept barking because it's uncomfortable. He's in this cage because we don't want him to roam around because he likes to pee on everything and poop everywhere, so we keep him in there. And then when we come home, generally let him out, but he's got something on his butt right now where he's bleeding, so we don't want to get blood everywhere. But yeah, man, that's why I didn't record the podcast or yesterday, so we're recording it today. And I worked out already this morning, had breakfast, feeling hella good. So yeah, man. I wrote show notes last night. I didn't want to bring them in here, however, though, because I feel like if I would have brought them in here, I just would have been holding the book, and I don't know, visually, if you're watching the video version, I don't know if you'd want to see me read, especially I got sunglasses on, you know, because I wear my stunner glasses at night, so I can. No. Last episode, I should have entitled it Blinky, because, you know, I was blinking everywhere in the video version. Hold on, let me drink this liquid of courage. So I ended up getting eyelid surgery, and even still to this day, because it's raised and it was stitched, that extra layer of skin is not there, because so it doesn't. I would have to like basically force, I think, like to kind of close it a little bit all the way. But yeah, so that's why I'm like all like weirded out by my eyes. I like wearing my stunner glasses, and I think visually I look better like this. So yeah, man. So we did the strain of the day. I was also thinking of doing an artist spotlight, but I don't know, if I was gonna be high, I would feel like that I might not remember all that information. I don't know. They say you lose brain cells when you smoke weed, but makes me feel good. But yeah, I wrote out that, and I don't think we're going to do that this episode. What else segments did I come up with? Like quote of the day? Fuck. So high. Hopefully as time goes on, I could get better at this. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. Norman Cousins. So, see, that's the issue I would probably run into if I wanted to do quote of the day. I would have to remember it, and me, I feel like as if this is going to be like mainly a podcast and like I don't know, faded like alcohol beverage brew. And now brew, in case you guys don't know, also means coffee or tea or a beer. So I think the tradition of the show that when I started this is that I wanted you to at least have for tradition to either be high. You don't have to. If you don't get high, that's cool. I'm not judging you. In the words of Cat Williams, um, if you have a good job and you're making that paper, boo boo, but then by all means make your paper. But if you ain't got a job, I really don't know what you're doing with your life. I really don't. Yeah, Cat Williams, one of my favorite comedians. The segment where you talk about something that I'm interested in. So, if it was a solo episode like today, we would just talk about the thing that I would be interested in, and then maybe when we have a guest on, we could ask him and then me at the same time, or not at the same time, obviously, but like I'll start with him and then I'll do me. So, tell us something you're interested about, and then they could tell us, and then it'll be my turn. Or if I had a guest on and I didn't want to do it, maybe I just leave it up to the guest, and maybe that's how we'll play it. But those were the segments I came up with. I tried to think of more. I couldn't really think of anything. But yeah, that was my Friday. The whole week started out great. I felt great. And then all of a sudden, maybe Thursday, I started feeling like no one liked me all of a sudden for some reason, because I don't know, I just started noticing like the things when I don't know, they always go to lunch together, but they never really invite me when they go out to eat, and kind of let it get to me. But then last night, which was Friday, I started thinking, you know what, let's just get some weed and let's just do you, man. You got to remember, thoughts are thoughts, you know. They're nothing more. And you're in a work environment, you're not really there to make friends. You're there to make money. You don't need to be buddy-buddy with everyone. And it's cool. If they don't like you, they don't like you. They don't deserve to be with you, you know? They don't deserve, your presence, your aura, because that is strong, my friend. That's what I told myself, you know? And then I literally got the weed, took a hit last night, wanted to try it before I did the pod, and I felt good. Like, right when you get high, I feel like a little paranoia starts coming in. That's why you just gotta, like, chill, and, like, if I were to just automatically get high, my head would be all over the place right now. And I think I'd like to just, after you hit, boom, take 5-minute break, maybe 10, and then come back in and start recording, you know? But last night was good. I started hearing music differently. Sorry. And I felt good, man. I just forgot about my problems, and that's why I really believe people smoke weed. We're all born with insecurities, you know? Imperfections. And I think what we should do is be our best to be a good human being. Civilization. Let's treat each other better. Pac was preaching it, man. Change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live. Let's change the way we treat each other, because the old way wasn't working. We got to do what we got to do, and it's on us to do what we got to do to survive. I said it backwards, but yeah, man. And it's crazy because, like, I would ask my next employee next to me, for help, or just to ask them a question, or get the password. I don't need to list all these reasons. I understand, but I'm just giving you a few. Um, when I would ask him something, he just seemed irritated. I understand he's listening to a podcast. He don't want to be bugged, and maybe it's early in the morning. He didn't have any food or breakfast, what have you, and I'm here asking him a question. He's irritated, and maybe when he started, that's how it was like for him. When he would ask for help, the person who taught him kept getting irritated and mad. And I think if that happens to you, we should start treating each other the way we want to be treated. So if you didn't like that when he did that to you, then don't do it to me or anyone else, man. We don't need that. I understand it's like real early in the morning, you're cranky, you just woke up. But man, just try and be a little nicer, you know? Because, I don't know, you don't need to be a dick, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm just here. I'm the new guy. I need help. Fucking help me. Don't give me attitude. Man, I feel like this pod is actually going good. I'm actually pretending like the camera, you guys, the audience, is a person. So it's kind of helping me. I did draw a few blanks. I think that's just gonna come with the weed though. So you might have to get used to it, or maybe this might not be the pod for you. But no hard feelings, you know. Um, but yeah, man. And I'm loving that I'm staying focused. I'm staying disciplined with my goals this week. I got them all done. After this pod, I'm going to go make some music. I'm just going to stay committed, man, stay focused. And that's what I'm going to use the weed and the medicine for. And you got to remember, like, when you smoke weed, yeah, you're going to probably not remember where you parked your car when you're 60 compared to 70. But I guess that's something I'll be able to live with. My biggest fear, though, here on Earth is losing everyone I love, like my dad or even my friends, man. That's what sucks about life. You have to watch all these people. You have to make these relationships with people, and you have to, you know, watch them die, or who knows, maybe you might die before them. They have to watch you die. It's like, that's the most hardest thing I think about life, you know? I remember when my brother died, man. I told this last episode, man, I was heartbroken and messed up for like a year. And I always want to go visit him at his gravesite, but I can't because it's like people getting robbed there and stuff. And people vandalize the place. And interesting thing I heard about on Joe Rogan, speaking about like visiting his grave, is he was talking about he would always used to run through cemeteries to remind himself that he's still lucky that he's still alive, you know. And I think growing up, we always forget that. We don't really think about that, and we take life for granted. And after work, we go on the couch and we watch TV or play video games, but we just forget our dreams, like, and we just think it would be easier. Like, here's a safer option. I'm just watching TV, being a regular person, but then you just live with regret, man. And that what if, that I think will kill you while you're here on this earth. So you gotta just do it with passion, man, and just go after your dream. Commit your free time to it, because like, how do you want to be remembered? We don't know what's on the other side, man. Could be like a computer and they shut you down, and I might be fine with that, because at least I won't have to be reincarnated and come back and then experience again. I might not remember my past life, but still I won't have to witness that and go over it again, because if that's just repeating cycle of just going through pain like that would suck. And Yeah, man, just like that's my biggest fear. It's just I can't believe we had to go through that. But at the same time, maybe if there's a heaven, then if this is all just being a test for us to be good, because that's crazy too. Just why not tell us in the beginning, like, and why make us forget? If you're sending casting us down from heaven and sending us here to make amends or for our wrongs or something, why make us forget? What's the point of the test in that? But yeah, man, that's my biggest fear in life. You have to witness that. It's crazy. And then I don't know. I just start thinking about legacy and stuff. I'm working on a song that me and my friend Fabs, his real name's Franklin, that we worked on way back a couple years ago. I want to say 2016. And I'm working on that, and that's been driving me, you know? This is my legacy, legacy. And just like, been writing every day this week. And I want to keep that up, man. I don't know why we lose our passion, and how we forget it and what throws us off. Like, I wish we could just stay focused 24/7 on the things that we need to do. But I don't know if there's things in the world that, like, if you believe in demons or something, if, they're affecting you and trying to throw you off your game. Maybe it's like that, or I don't know. But yeah, that song's going to come out really dope. Legacy. I'm going to just do this, man, because I realize time waits for no man. And I'm just going to have fun. Because even if I don't make it, this pod doesn't take off, at least all these videos I made on YouTube, or just like these pods, they're going to be remembered, and someone's going to be able to hear my voice, whoever loved me and missed me. So these are my gifts to you. Life's not promised, and it waits for no man. Don't wait on anyone for your dreams. I've been doing that my whole career, and that's why I've never been able to get anywhere. And I ain't blaming anyone. I'm blaming myself for doing that. This is your life. No one's going to help you achieve your dreams, man. So you got to do it, man. You got to, because I feel bad for all the people that ain't doing it, and you just got to do it, man. Man. I don't know if you guys ever tried the Marley coffee, but the Marley coffee is bomb. It's like really natural. I'm one of those people that don't put sugar in their coffee or like cream or anything. I sometimes do. I'm not going to lie. I just like the taste of coffee in general. It's like, I don't like to drink a lot of sugar and stuff. Like, I'm beginning to work out, so I'm feeling good now. I don't want to get diabetes or nothing like that, and I don't try to drink too much sugar. Like, I don't want to be codependent on sugar. But yeah, man, I do have a plan for a Christmas episode. I was listening to Tell 'em Steve Dave, and they do these Christmas pods, but they sell them on Bandcamp. I might not sell mine. That wouldn't. I just want people to hear them. Like, I don't know. So if you're a subscriber to this and you listen to my podcast, you could play the Christmas pod on Christmas, and it'll be like I'm right there with you in your home enjoying Christmas with you. I think that'd be a cool idea. So with my story time for this week, I was in high school. My cousin Kyle was with him. We were in his Jeep truck, and I was with my cousin Lexi. She's not my real cousin. I've always called her my cousin because we grew up, and her friend Mariah. And I remember they were smoking weed. At first, I don't think I was going to do it. And then they it was that kind of that peer pressure thing. It wasn't really peer pressure, but they're like, come on, man, Snoop Dogg does it. You could, Okay, I guess that is peer pressure. But anyways, it was my choice, and I decided, all right, Snoop Dogg does it, let me try it. Because they're like, you could rap, and we'll throw on a beat. And I was like, Oh yeah, so I took it because I was like, yeah, this is my time to shine. Now they're gonna hear me rap. Like I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I don't practice freestyling, but I did it, and I don't know, they cheered, but they're like, yeah, that was tight. Like, but maybe they're just saying that to be nice, because I'm pretty sure I wasn't practicing, like I said, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't all that. And so I'm getting high, and then I was known because like I was in theater. I was known for like doing my monologues when they would say pick any monologue you want. Like that was usually the first introduction to theater class. And so I think they give us a week to practice it, and we'd pick one from the internet. But what I did is I was in love with Cat Williams' comedies, uh, his comedy routines, like live and comedy or whatever. The Pimpin' one I did, and then there's this one, but we're not gonna get into it. Anyways, the point is they'd make me do Cat Williams, like his voice. I'd be like everything, everything, and I'd do his whole bit, and that's how much a fan of Cat Williams I am. But so I did that, and I freestyled in their car, and then we went to market night. Now, if you guys don't know what market night is, it's basically like an outdoor swap meet type thing, and they sell like fruit, vegetables, and back in my day, they did have like this place that had like jewelry type thing, like you get a dog tag and stuff. I would always get those because they had like you know celebrities or something on it, like printed on them, and I thought that was cool. Uh, they also have food there, but when I was there at market night, I remember going like this, up and down, like my hands were going up and down. If you're watching the video, you could see what I'm doing. But if trying to describe this for you, if you're just listening to it audibly, yeah, if you're listening to the audio version. So I was just like flapping my arms up and down the middle of the street like a bird, like I was flying. I felt like I was flying. And then my cousins are like all paranoid. They grab me and then they put their arms around me and stuff like that. And they're like, "Cuz, cut it out. Cut it out. You're going to get us in trouble." This is before weed was legalized here in California. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. That always stuck with me. You never forget your first time high. Imagine if I had to put $1 in a jar every time I said that. By the end of the month, I'd be rich. Speaking of being rich, this is going to be a great segue. I just heard on the radio that they have the lotto. The lotto's at like, I don't know, some ridiculous million spot, maybe 25 million, something like that. And that's crazy, bro. Imagine if you won that junk. That's why you need to put those numbers in, because you never know. It might be your lucky day. You could retire the rest of your life, do whatever you want. That would be a dream come true. Man, that would be sweet. Let's just jump into the segment right now. The segment's called "The World is Fucked Up." That title comes from one of my favorite songs by Wax. If you never heard the rapper Wax, now we're going into artist spotlight a little bit. So maybe I could do this, do the artist spotlight as well. Wax has this song called "The World is Fucked Up, but what can I do about it? The world's fucked up." I don't know. I can't do it. He's a pro and a genius at it. And I'm not at that level yet, but we're going to get there one day. So he sings that song, and that's where the title comes from. And maybe I could read about all the news, the recent news, or maybe just news I'm interested in. Maybe it won't have to be around marijuana. It could be like interesting stuff. Like if it's like a worldwide thing, or maybe just a California thing that's really big. I don't know. It's an idea. What I was thinking was, with that, I was gonna, like, I don't know, because now I'm kind of thinking if I were to do, like, stories of like the mass shootings that's been going on in these high schools, and like just like shootings in general that's going on around the world. I know it's probably on the news all the time, but I don't really pay attention to the news. But it's just really sad. It's just another reminder that life is short. Maybe that's what I need to do. It's because I feel like that's my biggest fear, right? And it'll kind of remind me and kind of just say, hey, man, you're still lucky that you're here. You get to do this. I don't know. But if I go like that in the news of just talking about those type of shootings, it might be depressing, maybe. No, I don't know. But yeah. But artist spotlight, let's just jump back into that since we kind of brought Wax up. Wax is a dope MC. He started on YouTube, or that's where he got, popular, is on YouTube. And that's cool because that's always been my dream. That's why back in the day when I first started my original channel, Young Bradley TV, I still run it to this day. So if y'all want, that's a little plug. If y'all want to go subscribe, Young Bradley TV. I'm working on a project. See, now I'm spotlighting myself when I'm supposed to be spotlighting Wax. But yeah, I do have music. So if y'all want to check it out, go ahead. But let's get back to Wax. So Wax, I think he got big on YouTube, and that's always been my dream, is what I was trying to say. So yeah, man, he is just dope. Like, I love his style because I wish I had his confidence. Like, he just don't give a fuck. He just does him, and he don't care if people like him. It's like he said in one of these songs, he's like, I'm not gonna quote it just right, but it was like, this is the part where he wasn't even rapping either. It was just like the outro. He said, if I told myself, or EOM, I think he said, I told him, if this album fails I'd move to Hawaii and I would stop rapping or whatever. And he still hasn't went to Hawaii, So he goes on to say that even if a album or something or project he puts out flops and doesn't do good or whatever, it'll just be another thing to add onto the pile of shit that he's accomplished already. And that's what I wish I would have had that thought and mindset in my head. But he's got a lot of great songs that I was like, I wish I would have wrote that shit. It's like he makes music that you could relate to too. This one's on me, don't worry about it, put down your wallet, it's cool, this one's on me. Like, that's dope. That's a dope idea for a song. Like, this genius. And he's got this new song that I love. I love it when you're high, 'cause you never make me cry. I like you better when you're stoned. Oh my gosh. You hear my voice crack? That was Wax. Okay? Dope artist spotlight. We got it done. Things that I'm interested. Let's try to attempt this. Here is something that I'm interested, because this is kind of a summary of what they were talking about on the podcast, is that things man-made, right? I think that's dying down because technology is getting advanced now. And soon we're going to have everything made by technology, and it's not going to feel the same. And if you make like a coffee table, I believe that craftsman, that handyman, whatever, that made it, put all his soul, heart, and passion into it. Because if you're a carpenter, I believe you have to love it, really. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's carpenters that don't really love their job, but I don't know, maybe the 90% of people that are doing it really love it. And I think you put a part of your heart, your soul, sweat, and maybe sometimes blood into it, because maybe you cut yourself, right? But even it goes the same saying with like blades and stuff. Like, that art's probably dying down, and because technology is getting so advanced, and who knows, maybe that's going to be the future, where people are They're going to try to replace us with robots like they're doing at Amazon. But I believe when you make something from hand, whether it's clothes, desk, blades, whatever, it leaves an imprint. Like, I believe memory latches onto things that you make. That's why I think you should do something, man. If you're passionate about it, do it, because that's the only way you could live forever. Speaking of living forever, I watched the Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. Steve-O was on it. And Steve-O, when he came up, he wanted to be like one of those famous skaters. He wasn't good at skating, so then he started making these videos about him getting, like, you know, he was trying to be Daredevil, and he was doing all these ridiculous stuff that he thought would be funny, and he was recording them on cameras and trying to send them to people on money he didn't have. But he knew he was going to die because he was doing all these drugs and stuff. And he said he wants to, because he was addicted, he couldn't stop. And he's like, the only way I can live forever is by, you know, making these videos and recording myself and leaving it behind. And that's another thing, man. It's like, that's why I do what I do. That's the same concept. That's why I'm going to do these podcasts. We're going to keep doing my music. You just got to do it, man. Leave it behind. I hope this podcast doesn't turn into a preachy podcast. I probably am going to preach this a lot, but man, I wanted to give you guys motivation, man. Go out there and do it, man. Life is short. You got to enjoy that shit too. You know? You gotta work on your relationships with your family too. You gotta say I love you, because you know they're probably not gonna be here, and I'm saying that because I need to. I need to go see my mom more, man. I need to tell my uncle that I love him. Sometimes it just feels like, you know, too mushy, too whatever. But I need to get over myself, you know. So, tell your family you love them, man, before it's too late. Tell them now. Stop this podcast. Go tell them. All right. Now that you're back, what's up, cocksucker? It's my Joey Diaz voice. Come in. Sit down, man. Now that you're back, cocksucker, let's talk. So, what I want you to do this week, right after this podcast ends, I want you to write in your notebook. If you don't have a notebook, go out and buy one. Write your goals down, man. We're going to get it together, me and you. 2020 is our year, and we're going to do this shit. We're going to come up together. We're going to stay passionate this year. We're going to write our goals. We're not going to wait till New Year's to write down our goals. We're going to write them down right now. You're going to write them every week, too, so you don't forget. That's the biggest key to success, is you got to write it down. I don't know, but I heard that somewhere. And that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to put it to the test, motherfucker. All right? So we're going to write our goals down. And first goal for me is going to be doing this every week. 2 times a week. I'm going to work out this year. I'm going to stop being lazy. I'm going to try to save some money, man. Don't blow it all. Oh, that's another good thing to talk about. You guys, I never used to think about retirement, but all of a sudden I'm 28 now, and I'm starting to think about that shit. Did you know, like, I watched an interesting video. I don't know the exact title, but like, start looking up videos like how much money I should have had by this age. And there's this interesting video, and he gives you the number you should have had. I heard about someone on a podcast, by the age of 12 they were working, and they saved all their money, so they retired at like age 24. That's fucking knuckin' futz. That motherfucker is smart. And if you do believe in a higher power like a god or something, and you believe you came down here and you're here to be good and not sin and all that stuff and spread his word and stuff, then if you held on to that like mentality, like, okay, boom, I'm here on earth, and we're gonna not fuck around and play video games. We're gonna go work early. As soon as we can work, we're gonna start working, making money, and saving it. That that motherfucker is lucky because now he gets to retire and do whatever he wants, whatever he's passionate about. He gave up, I don't know, he said he started working at 12, so he gave up 12 good years of his life, his early years. But now, look, he's just living the good life, the American dream. So, yeah, man, start saving your guys' money, dude, because if you're stuck in a job you're not, passionate about, you don't love doing, it's not your dream job, it's not what you want to do in life, you need to start thinking about retirement. Keep your job, I'm not saying quit it, but sometimes that's what you have to do. If you're really passionate, you have to make those sacrifices and quit your job. But I'm not saying go do that. What you could do is you could work hard at your job and use all your free time, like I'm doing, to work on your craft. When you get home, don't watch TV. Get something to eat, get your workout in, start working on the thing that you're passionate about. Or maybe you're smarter, you wake up early in the morning, work out, get ready for work, and then when you get home, you use all that free time just working on music, grab a bite to eat. That's what we're going to do. But start saving, man, because you don't want to do what you're doing forever. You want to do that dream job and you want to retire, because most people retire like age 60. And then I hear now, like at age 60, you lose your memory. And so it's like, you don't get to enjoy nothing. That ain't right. But yeah, man, save your guys' money, man. Start thinking about retirement, And when I started typing in those type of videos and like how to save money, how the rich become richer, how the poor stay poor, it changed my whole life, my whole way of thinking, because I never used to think about that type of shit. I didn't care. I just wanted to buy shit. I can't take it with me. That was the mindset. But you're just making it harder on yourself, because then you got to working for someone else instead of for yourself, And I think as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize that. So all you young people out there, if you're not really thinking about that, please, that's what you have to do, is sacrifice those early years of your life, put away money, because when you get to my age, you don't want to be working. The real world starts to kick in, and you don't want to be working for the man. You want to work for yourself. So, yeah, man, that's my advice to you guys. So that should be a goal. I want you to write that shit down. And third goal would be, we already said working out and, making music. And for you, obviously you don't have to make music. Do what you're passionate about. That's number 2. Number 3 would be eating right. You got to eat right. I do believe this. Like, I feel like whatever you put into your body, like whether it's like food that has chemicals, it's like manufactured made, they got all that processed shit in it, I think it affects the way you think, dude. That might sound crazy, but I really believe that what you eat affects how you think, and you want to think good. So I think like all the stuff from the earth, greens, vegetables, all that stuff, and it's not has any processed stuff, it's like natural earth, like grown, that's what you should be consuming. Because if there is a higher power maybe, and then he created the world and he's putting that there, it's good for you. It's a reason why it's here, and we started eating all this stuff that was here. So yeah, man, start eating right, because I really do believe it affects the way you think. I might have said that 5 times in different ways, but you know what? Start eating healthier, man. I don't want to have this be a preacher podcast. I'm just trying to help you, because if you're feeling like me, nowadays, alone and by yourself, like your friends don't want to hang out with you no more, you got me. You got this podcast, and I'll be here every week with you, and we'll have this pep talk, and we'll get through it together. Because remember, like Joey Diaz says, they want to be with us. They wish they could be with us, The world is trying to make you feel a certain way, and you can't let it, man. You just got to stay strong. We got that mentality of a warrior, a gladiator, and we're going to fucking cut down the week. We're going to go through the week like fucking a soldier. We're going to tackle this shit together. So subscribe to this podcast, and if you want to write in, It's Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few at gmail.com. We're on Snapchat. We are on Twitter at CBSF Podcasts. YouTube channel, Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few. Snapchat, CBSF Podcasts. I already said Instagram. We got a SoundCloud, Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. And we have Facebook. You could fan us there at Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few. But till the in between time and meantime, stay safe out there, y'all. That has been episode 4. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a week, y'all.